Hello, am I audible?
Yep.
I think good afternoon, everyone. Hola. I think thanks, Moses, for the very nice introduction, everyone. I think the whole theme of putting a perspective here is, we talk about modernization using WSO2 and products, right? But customers do end up with a lot of challenges, right? So how many of us as customers have seen these problems, right? Are you stuck with any legacy platforms which have been going away for ages, right? You might have done acquisitions for decades, which might have brought different tools into your kitty, right? There could be a perspective wherein you are manning a platform which is more ERP-centric, right? Which could be, say, around SAP or a mainframe or a JD Edwards, for example, right? Or you are actually having a platform which is sold to you, saying it is the best in the world, but it is costing you a lot of money. It's expensive in nature, right? You could have that challenge definitely going on, right? You might have heard of modernization that is going on through WSO2 or different tools, but are you ready to spend on it? The main challenge that we typically face is these migrations might go on for years, maybe a couple of years, or in some cases smaller as well. But are you ready to spend on that migration in a perspective that will make it successful, right? Are you ready to do a discretionary spend for this modernization? Other perspective could be, I have money, I have selected WSO2 as a product. Can I do it in a risk-free manner, right? Such programs do carry a logical risks. Because, don't forget the business of the full organization is sitting on this particular platforms, which have been built for ages. These are the different challenges which I hope most of you who are having old platforms in place are going to carry in, right? So with this perspective, everyone, as Moses mentioned, LTIMindtree being a global GSI partner with the WSO2, we have launched an exclusive offering. This offering is only with LTIMindtree, and we call this offering as NO2PAY, right? I mean, if you just take the logical way of pronouncing NO2PAY, it says, say no to paying for modernization, right? Now, is this a magic? I'll explain that in some time. Again, importantly, this offering actually will bring in benefits not only from the licensing perspective, it will also bring in benefits from the modernization come migration perspective as we move on. And needless to say, it's offering solely between us in the perspective. When any offering is launched, right, it can look like a marketing thing, but what exactly is the offering, right? The offering perspective says in a perspective that if you're having any old platform or a combination of platforms, right, it could be, let's take example of TIPCOs, web methods, IIBs, BizTalks, or SAP, CPI, any number of platforms are there in the market, right? If you're owning either one or multiple platforms in your integration kitty, and you're spending, considerable amount in that licenses, the whole perspective that WSO2 will bring in, if you adopt either Choreo or Micro Indicator or API management tool or any of WSO2 products together, WSO2 will slash the licensing price straight away by 50%. No questions asked. That's why you say no conditions apply here. So if you're spending a lot of money across different platforms, in a collective way, want to move to one platform in a strategic perspective, LTIMindtree will also invest $3 million into that migration. You can call this as a cost takeout. You can call this as our investment. The whole perspective of this particular offering is, if a customer wants to migrate away from the old platforms into the strategic platform like WSO2, this is a way out, right? We have to actually help them as well. It's not like just buy the product and then move away, right? So LTIMindtree will make this investment. Again, when platforms are being built for ages, you need not start migration on day one, day two, right? So this particular kitty can be used for various aspects that you see here, right? You might, I think we heard in one of the sessions, doing a lift and shift migration is not always advisable, right? You might need to do this discovery, you might need to do some analysis in that perspective, right? So this kitty can be used to do assessments and discovery of your landscape. It could be used to do rationalize your integrations that have been built in so that you need not do a lift and shift, but you can actually kind of see where you can actually optimize your integrations, right? It could be used to do some POCs, MVPs, or pilots, right? I think we heard Pekin's talk earlier. No one does migration in bulk. It is always done in kind of phases or waves, right? So this particular kitty can also be used to do that. Definitely, this is built with the perspective of doing modernization and migration to WSO2 products. So this kit can definitely be used to migrate your legacy platforms, legacy integrations into WSO2. Not to forget, once your platform is chosen strategically, you might also get new development which is coming in, right? So this kitty can also be used for doing new development in WSO2, right? So the whole perspective is this kitty is available for as a customer from our end for 1 year, in which all these aspects can be taken care of. No conditions apply, right? If you do cumulative analysis over, let's say 3 years, 5 years, this only this benefit is roughly in the tune of 5 million itself for you, right? And the whole perspective here is, again, these are like tangible benefits which can be measured, right? A platform like WSO2 brings so many new features. They're adding a lot of AI features as well. Don't forget the perspective that will come in down the line as well. And as Moses mentioned, LTIMindtree being a global GSI partner with WSO2 comes with industrialized delivery, and we will ensure the de-risking of your overall modernization come migration. That is on us, right? Now this is not a marketing thing. Just want to put a perspective here. We have, as Moses mentioned, we have tools and accelerators built in, enablers built in, which will help us move into the new platforms, right? As I mentioned, the reason it is 100% risk-free is we have been working with a lot of different global customers across the globe, and that risk-free nature is something what we guarantee from delivery perspective. From product perspective, WSO2 is anyway there, right? I'll just quickly move on. It's always good to back a perspective or idea with a leadership commitment.
And the big announcement, Sanjeev,
this is Sanjeeva actually, as we all know.
Interested in
and this is our head of
landscape. To the tune of $3 million worth of integration work. If they decide to migrate to WSO2, we would do it at $0 free of cost for the customer.
So just along with what LTI is offering, we are offering to say whatever the subscription you pay for your current provider of the like-to-like matching, we will offer the same capability at 50% of the cost. So from a customer perspective, this is the combined offer is a fantastic opportunity.
So what better commitment can be given by anyone, right? The founder and the CEO of the company himself committing here, and the other person, gentleman, was our head of the practice that we work in, right? So we are happy to collaborate in any of your pursuits of modernization, where you want to adopt WSO2 as a strategic and a global platform for your enterprises, and we are definitely there to help you, kind of. Right? So we are available at the booth. I have Abhijit with me, who heads the sales in Europe region. If you want to have local connects, feel free to reach out to our booth, and we are happy to collaborate as we move on here, actually. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.